On a midnight train, one woman vanished without a trace. But the truth wasn't hiding in the dark, it was hiding in plain sight. Her name was Lydia Carmichael, 32, a freelance investigative journalist from Edinburgh. She preferred traveling late at night, quiet hours, fewer crowds, perfect for writing. On October 14th, 2022, Lydia boarded the 11:45 p.m. train from Edinburgh Waverley to Glasgow. The train was nearly empty, humming with the low echo of steel on tracks. She slid into a window seat in carriage B, notebook open, laptop bag beside her. At 12:10 a.m., a man sat across from her, mid-40s, polished suit, neat hair, calm eyes. He gave Lydia a polite, almost gentle smile. By 12:30 a.m., Lydia was typing, absorbed in an article. The man kept silent, but his gaze drifted to her screen too often, almost studying the words. At 12:55 a.m., the train cut through a deserted stretch by the River Clyde. CCTV recorded the man leaning over her, slightly over her shoulder. Lydia didn't react. Maybe she assumed it was nothing. But when the train arrived in Glasgow at 1:30 a.m., Lydia's seat was empty. Her laptop, notebook, and bag remained untouched. No witness saw her exit. No camera captured her moving through another carriage. She had simply vanished. Police reviewed every frame. Lydia entered carriage B, and then, at one point, a blind spot in the camera feed swallowed her view. Seconds later, the man stood alone. The investigation deepened. No ticket matched his face. No rail staff recognized him. No official record linked to him existed. Detectives searched the riverbanks, tunnels, tracks, nothing. Then, 1 week later, Lydia's notebook arrived at her apartment in a plain brown envelope. Inside was a page written in her exact handwriting, but experts ruled she didn't write it. I watched every step. You knew I was there. The remaining pages contained dates, times, routes, all matching Lydia's travel history. Someone had followed her for months, but the case broke open 3 months later. A retired rail engineer contacted police. He recognized the unknown man, not from public life, but from old internal records. The man was Adrian Keats, a former rail systems technician, fired in 2009 for tampering with surveillance equipment. He disappeared afterward, until now. Investigators revisited the footage with new expertise. They discovered that Keats had used a tiny reflective patch on his sleeve to distort the CCTV image during the blind spot moment, just long enough to slip Lydia through a side maintenance door. A hidden exit used only by staff, unmonitored, connected to the old service tunnels. Authorities swept the tunnels and found what they'd long feared: Lydia's bracelet, drag marks, a torn scrap of her notebook paper, and a single fingerprint: Keats. After weeks of searching, police finally located a concealed chamber deep in the retired portion of the rail system. Inside, they found Lydia, alive, weak, dehydrated, but alive. Keats had kept her there, intending to stage her disappearance as a perfect ghost crime. He fled when police closed in and was captured 2 days later in an abandoned rail yard. When questioned, he confessed. Lydia had unknowingly exposed details about neglected rail security in an article months prior. Keats, unstable and obsessive, believed she was watching him, when in reality she had no idea he existed. His final words during interrogation: "I didn't want her dead, I just wanted her unseen." Lydia recovered and later published an expose detailing every moment. The empty seat on the midnight train wasn't the end of her story. It was the beginning of exposing a hidden predator who thought shadows would keep him safe. They didn't.